Kosher. It's Glatt. You're listening to Glatt. Glatt. It's all Glatt.
Welcome to Glatt. This is a Kosherdotcom Fleishix magazine podcast with me, Schiffer Klein.
Sean Klein. Yeah, we publish Fleishix magazine.
We're a husband and wife team. And we are back again with a really awesome episode. That was good. That was such a good interview.
Fascinating stuff. It's interesting. People don't realize what goes on behind the scenes in kosher restaurants and the kosher industry in general. So
we have covered it a bit in the magazine. You know, we did that a day in the life. This was back in the day. Our first issue
with Allenby.
Yes.
Fascinating.
That was so good. And it's just so interesting to talk to restaurateurs, get it behind the scenes, but we also got some good info on like the financial aspect of it, some, political issues maybe. So it was just really fascinating overall. And I think also inspiring messages. So I think everyone's really going to enjoy this episode.
This is a good one.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's a good one, but this is a good one.
Yes. Are you looking for a delicious and convenient snack that's full of flavor and history? Look no further than Tuscanini chestnuts. It's imported from Italy, and they're carefully cooked, peeled, and packaged at their peak, making them ready to enjoy anytime, anywhere. It's perfect for snacking on the go, adding to recipes, or as a tasty side dish. Tuscanini chestnuts bring the authentic taste of Italy to your fingertips.
They come in regular flavor, salt and pepper, and I think I saw recently cinnamon. I really like the salt and pepper, but I'm really curious to try the cinnamon.
And you know what I love chestnuts in? Do a cream sauce and you chop up chestnuts. It's ideal.
And a pasta cream sauce.
Yeah, a pasta cream sauce. It's so good.
Pick one up in your local kosher supermarket and enjoy. This week's episode is sponsored by Geffen's Ramen Toppers. Check out these new on the market, crunchy, flavorful, irresistible, and delicious Geffen Ramen Toppers that come in two mouth-watering varieties, regular and onion garlic. Perfect on top of a salad, in your soup, as an upgrade to any of your meals and recipes. Pick one up in your local kosher supermarket. Enjoy.
And we enjoy them on your favorite spinach salad.
Yes.
That is like the go-to, the peanut butter dressing, spinach salad, topped with the ramen. And now we don't have to toast it before Shabbos.
There you go.
Super convenient. We love it. Welcome back to Glatt. We are so excited to be here today with a really awesome guest. It was actually inspired by last year's restaurant issue. Okay, so we do the restaurant issue every year. We give a list of all the trends that are happening. And one of them was a franchise, that there's actually franchises hitting the kosher market, which is super exciting. I think anytime something new takes place in kosher, we get excited. So today's guest is a kosher revolutionary individual who is transforming the kosher market with his franchise SmashHouse.
Thank you.
Yes.
Benji Haimoff, welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
We're really excited to have you here and to get the scoop because from our understanding, there's a lot that goes into franchising, opening up multiple locations, and I know that you like to share and
I think it's interesting to like just get started by asking you, in your mind, is SmashHouse a franchise?
I mean, I don't consider. I mean, we are franchised. Yeah, we have franchisees, but we're still kind of small, I think.
Understood. What is a franchise?
A franchise is more like basically someone is having permission to use your recipes, your licenses, and whatever, or your trademarks, whatever they are.
And your branding.
Correct, which is part of a trademark.
Okay, understood. So it's the idea of, there's very popular franchises that most of the listeners or viewers would know, is like Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, 7-Eleven. Correct. Those are franchises, correct? Is 7-Eleven a franchise?
Yeah.
I think so. So how do they work? How do those franchises work?
So it's funny because I went through the Chick-fil-A franchise model. I was always interested in it.
Okay.
And
you thought about not opening on Sunday?
I just thought about it was pretty cool to have like a guaranteed income.
Right.
And they already have proof of concept and everything. And it's funny, as you go through their process, there's a couple of steps you go through. You're not a franchisee. You're an operator for them. And
it's a different model.
Yeah, it's a whole different model.
So every sort of franchise that we know likely has different nuances to
Correct.
their model.
I think I read online like a while back, like Starbucks and Dunkin'.
Yeah.
They charge an initial fee like $250,000. You have to have a certain amount in the bank. They want to make
Correct.
sure you're not going to,
Uh-huh.
you'll fail. And then once it starts and you have it all set up and you build it out, then you basically have to buy everything from them, but
Okay.
you're your own owner.
That's pretty interesting. So when you started Smash House, did you intend for it to be a franchise?
That was my vision.
Okay.
So
We
I
should
started
probably go a step back and see, how did you get into it? I mean, how
Yeah,
did you get into
so-
the restaurant industry in general?
So I mean, I was in the jewelry business at the beginning. I'm talking about 2010.
Okay.
My family is very known in the jewelry business. Now my identical twin is a huge watch guy in the jewelry business still. I don't like the way they operated there so much, so I decided to take a step away from there.
And go into
Okay.
food.
Yeah, and my brother's like, dude, my friend has a pizza called La Bella Pizzeria in Queens, if you remember that, in Kew Garden Hills. They want to open a place in the Five Towns where Glix is right now. It was called Varieties.
In the Gourmet Glatt parking
Yeah,
lot.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Where Glix is right now. I said, oh, sure, why not? I didn't know what I was getting myself into.
Right.
So basically, I worked for free for 6 months for this guy named Nathan. I went through the whole process in whatever I had to do. And I'm like, okay, I'm working for free. I didn't work all day. Let's not get.
What was your position that you were working for free?
So, for, like the first couple of weeks, I stood by the register to
Got
make
it.
sure I know how to interact with the
You were being
customer.
trained in.
Correct. He was
Understood.
training me
So you
how
were-
to.
You were interning almost.
Till today, he's the guy I look up to for
Oh,
guidance.
okay. So you were like his apprentice.
He's the one who's like, listen, man, you
Like
listen
old
to
school
me.
education.
Yeah. He was.
Is
know-
he, once again, see, he has other restaurants. He's in the food industry.
Yeah. So he had Cafe Shinar and he had Kitchen 18 in Arizona. Nathan.
Nathan. A good buddy,
Nathan.
Nathan.
No, but if you guys hang around the food business, he's the only guy that had all those kosher restaurants in Arizona in the beginning.
Okay.
But I learned it from him in Queens, in La Bella in Queens. And then we opened Varieties over here.
Okay.
Where was her?
Varieties was a pizzeria.
Got it.
So it was
That
a
was your
pizzeria.
first. That was your first.
I was the
food,
first guy that bought stuffed crust pizza to the Five Towns.
Oh, cool.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have a pizza shop in the Five Towns.
Yeah.
Then what's your next
Then
step?
moved to Queens, right?
No. Meet my wife, get married, we moved to Israel.
Mazel tov.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
So
wow.
I sell it here. Then I have 3 restaurants in Israel, which is a whole different story.
Oh wow. We didn't know about this.
Yeah,
This is
that's a whole that's a whole
that's
that's a whole other
fascinating
thing. Yeah.
though. But I just take a step back and wonder, like, what inspired you to go from the jewelry business to the food business?
Money.
Money. Okay. And
Wow, you saw good potential.
Oh yeah.
at this point in time, after all these years, you started in 2010, we're in 2024. Would you say it's worth the money?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you do it right, there is potential.
By the way, I don't believe him. I know Benji.
Okay, look, let me explain
About money,
this.
he really enjoys it.
This
No,
I enjoy.
No, but
What
the
I'm doing now-
motivation initially
Okay,
was
so
money.
look, yeah.
Like everyone else.
I hated the restaurant business until now, until I started
Okay,
with
got
Smash.
it. Got
So
it.
I had 2 dreams. I said, listen, you starting this restaurant business, I don't want to be like everybody else. I either want to have the best, one of the top 5 kosher dairy restaurants in New York, which I tried that, didn't really work.
Okay.
That was Pier 26.
Yeah, with Uri, didn't really work. And then I said, or the biggest kosher franchise on this planet.
Okay. Understood. So
And the franchise hit.
Okay, very cool. So you started, your inspiration for Smash House was to do a franchise.
Yeah, for sure. That was my vision.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you still on the path to do that? Or things have shifted?
He's on the path to do it. You have to work it out.
If
He
look,
has interest in many different locations.
correct. We
Got
we
it.
have a lot of interest, and the more I franchise to people, the more I start turning down people more.
Okay, interesting. What are the challenges of franchising to people that makes you, question if you're going to do it or not?
I'll tell you a funny thing. I mean, we're jumping, but it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm like
Yeah.
Trump. We'll weave right back into it. All right, I'll weave right back into it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a funny thing. Okay, so a friend of mine wanted to open the location in Queens, and his friend tells him, "Why do you need Haimoff, man? You can do it on your own.
Mhm.
You don't have to pay this guy 5%." And then my partner Mosberg took the chance, and now he's my franchisee, and we're talking we're talking differently right now. And that guy told me, he's like, I see what you're doing right now, and that's why I think the problem is, they're like, oh, why do I have to pay him? I could do this on my own.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. We challenge you.
Go ahead. People look at me, oh, you're successful. No, we're not. We didn't even start yet. We're investing money in marketing, a lot of money in marketing. We're giving back, giveaways, prizes, And then when we go weave back to where we were before, I'll tell you why I decided to do this the way I'm doing it right now.
Okay.
You understand? But
Meaning, like, your initial vision was to create a franchise. Right now, you own all the locations?
no, I just own the 5 towns.
Oh, okay, got it. So there is somewhat of a franchise happening.
There is a franchise happening.
The franchise model is happening because he's basically helping everyone build it out. He's giving them the recipes.
Okay.
Each one.
Shawnee's had a few conversations.
No, nobody
with
gets
Benji.
the recipes.
Oh, there you go. No one gets the
Oh,
recipes.
interesting. How do you make it without? Okay, wow. There's so much to
Right.
tackle here.
Right.
But let's take a step back and just get a glimpse into what is SmashHouse, because we didn't even
we sell happiness
Ooh,
in the form
okay.
of food.
Whose line is that?
Mine.
Okay, that's wonderful. And it's a very concise, delicious, one of those like menus that like you crave. It's a craveable menu of food.
It's fast food.
Yeah.
It's quick. It's
Look.
cheap. It's
Look, so
cost-effective for
back.
families.
So we're gonna weave back to how I
Okay.
got into the
Yeah,
food
yeah, we're
business,
good.
right? And then I left Israel in
Got it,
2016 because for whatever, because of social reasons, and then we came here, and I bought out Elite Cafe 2016. Had a great run there for 4 years. Bought Bravo in Queens because that was the place where I learned my business, how to do
Understood.
it. So I was like, I bought it. Then I opened Pure 26 on that side.
Yeah, I
If you guys
remember
recall,
that.
you guys came, right?
Yes.
Yes.
You guys actually were the first ones doing that cheese in the wheel.
Right.
With the
So
whole
I always
Italian
that was
music.
my whole thing. I always try to pioneer things. I'm like, because why does kosher food have to be so boring?
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to open Bravo in Miami. And the funny part is, Bravo Miami shut down and SmashHouse started.
Yep.
Interesting. Because I was
first
thinking,
SmashHouse
like,
was
I was
in
going to ask you, like, you know, the restaurant business is so fickle, and you can even put your heart into something and have a winning concept. And for some reason, it doesn't always take off.
Agreed.
And it must be so devastating to put so much of yourself into something and then it shuts down.
Agreed.
So how do you deal with that?
It's like everything else. I mean, it's like everything else. You get smacked, you know, you fall down,
Okay.
you can cry about it for a day, and then you get back up and you continue doing what you're doing.
Got it. I mean,
I
not
mean,
everybody does that.
That was my first
but
business that failed
that's-
on me.
Okay, got it.
I mean, Pure when it failed on me, Bravo was right next door, so Bravo was covering up all
Understood.
my holes.
So you
and
had
then,
like sort of a.
but then again, it took me about a year and a half to get out of the Pure hole that I got myself into.
Interesting.
But Bravo helped me out with that.
What did you learn from that experience of like opening up a concept that didn't work and getting back up from it? Is that what inspired SmashHouse specifically? Were you like, I need a, you know, the fine dining was a mistake, the more high-end cuisine? Like, what about Pure 20, I forgot the name.
Pure 26.
Pure 26 didn't work.
What made you come up with SmashHouse?
I wasn't 100% involved.
In what, Pure 26?
Yeah,
Okay.
and in Bravo Miami.
You know what? That is very insightful. I think that I would say that's probably most restaurant or food
People are like,
places
yeah, I'll get a
failures.
manager, I'll get a manager,
Yeah.
and I'll get a cook. Another mistake people make. People are like, oh, I know how to cook. I could be a restaurateur.
Ooh.
I don't know how to cook.
Okay.
I don't know how to. I don't know how to
Mic
cook. I don't know how
drop
to do
moments.
nothing.
Yes.
Seriously.
Just because you know how to cook doesn't mean you know how to run a business.
Oh yeah.
A
There's
successful restaurant
Oh.
owner is a businessman,
yes.
Correct.
not necessarily a chef.
It's
Not
how,
at all.
It's how it, as Kevin O'Leary says, it's called cash flow. Right. It's all it's about. It's about you know how to
Yes.
manage your cash flow. A bad week, a bad month is not going to hurt you.
So
Right.
one
And
second.
That's
so
what
you-
Israel taught me, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. So it's about sort of
Running a business in Israel taught me that.
being very hands-on. It's very
Oh, yeah.
demanding, tough business in that regard.
I'm hands on
You're not
in
sitting
all the
golfing,
7 locations.
You know, you're hands-on in 7 locations. Wow.
And I own one.
Okay. And the success in your mind is to be hands-on. Do you see yourself being hands-on for years to come?
I hope I have the power to be hands on as much as
Okay.
I can.
He is hands-on. I mean, I've seen it. It is interesting to see how the model works because they create the recipes. I think that
Okay.
most of the recipes were created in Miami when you started the
All
first
of
year.
them, most of them. Yeah.
And then he actually will go to the different locations. I've seen different operators from different locations in different locations helping each other out with different systems
Yeah.
and making sure that the quality control and the taste is right. It's
Here,
fascinating.
upstate, I will go twice a week, upstate Sunday and
Wow.
Thursday, just to make sure that no one's getting stuck on service. So I will stand, I'll stand on the
Uh-huh.
counter and be by the checker and make sure that we developed a system that works, that our food comes out fast. It's fast food. No one should
Right.
be waiting an hour.
Right.
You understand? So
It is really fast and consistent in our experience so far.
So by
I do
me,
have to say that.
So by us,
which is pretty cool.
on a Sunday when it gets busy, we will shut down our ordering for about an hour if we have to, because I'd rather you not order than
Either
you
you
have
shut
to
down
wait
the
for
orders.
an
Sometimes I notice you shut down certain items.
Correct.
I think their items take longer.
No, every Sunday we shut
wanted
down.
lemon pepper chicken wings.
Correct.
That wasn't available.
Was it Sunday? Correct. You're not gonna have it available. Anytime
Uh-huh.
after 3:30 on a Sunday, you're not gonna have that available.
So
That's another interesting tip.
yeah.
It's like if you're a business owner and you know, okay, these items are going to slow us down and they're going to make us problems with the service, and you have people complaining, let's shut those items off.
So it's about making, smart decisions. But so you end up with.
I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt you. It's not about making smart decisions.
Okay.
Sorry. It's not about making smart decisions. It's about you tell yourself, right? If I was the customer, would I accept this? No, right? And then don't let it leave your kitchen, or don't let it.
So you
be
always
given
have
to the customer.
what the customer feels like.
The quality control guy is my best paying guy standing. My quality control guy is the guy standing by the checkerboard, packing everything.
Really?
Yeah.
Fascinating.
That
I once
is.
saw Benji, actually, I saw an order of wings come out. It didn't have the lemon pepper on it. He caught it.
1 second. I do have to interrupt to make an observation. It sounds like you live in Smash House.
He likes it there. Yeah.
Here's the real... Okay.
This is what happens when you're in the business and, your friends.
If we're
with-
giving out secrets, I live in the ice cream store next door.
Correct.
But now that Smash House open next door,
And then when
I'm kind of it's like a stop on the way.
When I want
so
something
funny.
tasty, I'm like, hey, Shlomo, come here a second.
It is fascinating. Well, so you had Bravo in Florida. I remember you were flying back and forth.
Correct.
And then trying
So what year was this?
20. So I started Bravo Miami in 2021.
And Bravo was a franchise.
Correct. I was franchising from him.
Interesting.
Correct. He gave me the idea.
Okay. So in 2021, you have this pizza shop franchise that doesn't work. So then you're like, I need a pivot.
So I call him up. I'm like, listen,
Okay.
I'm going to close this down and probably do this smash burger place. He's like, you're making the biggest mistake. He goes, if Bravo's didn't sell, then this wouldn't sell.
Okay.
I'm like, okay. I mean, there's nothing else I can really do. And then I sat down with a marketer in Florida. And he told me, and he's like, Benji, I can probably help save. It's easier it's harder to save a dying business than it is, to market a brand new business. You don't have to sit there and work so hard. And back then, I knew nothing about marketing.
Okay.
Like absolutely nothing.
That's actually another really nice words of wisdom.
Yeah.
That it's harder to market like a business that's
A
already
new
been
one.
out there. Something
something's
that's been out there
to
and
basically
rebrand something.
rebrand it and bring it back to
Making
life.
something fresh and new.
I'm going to give him his credit. His name is Sruli Meyer. I'm going to give him
Okay.
his credit. And he's the one who also came up with the name and pushed to it. And he's like, okay,
Very
you're going to
cool.
do it. Correct.
Talking about branding and marketing, it's fascinating because you came up with a name, great name,
Correct.
great marketing.
We had a different logo.
Oh, okay.
We had a different
'Cause I
logo.
was going to get to the logo and your little icons,
So
which are now
so
become part
Sruli
of
made
the
us a logo that was very like a steaky house, like it was very black and like which was we thought it was great at the time. And then we realized that and you're gonna see also when you start a business and you start something, you're gonna change your mind 1,000 times. I changed my mind 1,000 times. My business model, franchise, not franchise. I'm gonna be a partner here, not be a partner here. This is the way it is. And you're gonna make mistakes, and you're gonna learn from your mistakes. This is the way it is. You can't be scared to make mistakes. If you're scared to say, "Oh, look, that guy, something happened to him. He closed the location," and dude, don't get into the business.
Right.
Don't get into the business.
Yeah. You can't be scared of making mistakes.
Exactly. Wendy's
And you
closing
have to-
500. Wendy's closing 500 locations, and they're still opening another 300 somewhere else. You understand?
Right. So it's 2021. Bravo is out. Smash House is now being born.
Correct.
Okay.
So how did I get to the idea of Smash House? Right.
Okay.
So I used to eat non-kosher food,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, why does kosher food always have to taste like such junk?
Right. Right.
No offense. Like it really didn't taste good. I remember we used to go to Vegas for trade shows and I was working in the jewelry business and people standing 20, 30 minutes online for a $25 pastrami sandwich that's cold as ice.
Okay. Yeah. That's so upsetting.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's one of the challenges of kosher,
Right.
especially when you're like not in a kosher neighborhood.
Exactly.
You know?
And then that's why so I said, you know what? We have to change this. And then one day I'm sitting in Shake Shack. I'm like, dude, we got to copy paste this in the different world.
Does that mean that we got milkshakes coming?
No.
Yeah. Is it even possible to do good power of milkshakes?
Yeah, it is. But it's again, I look at when I make an item.
Okay.
My end result is how is it getting to the customer and how is the fastest way it's getting to the customer.
Understood.
So all these trendy stuff and it looks
Let's
great.
talk about that for a second.
It looks great, but it takes time, right? Like, you're coming in with your kids. You got time.
Right.
The kid is not want to wait 45 minutes for his chicken fingers. The child doesn't understand that there's 85 people in front of him. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
So-
So a big part of your model is efficiency and time.
Of course. It's
Yeah.
it's one of the huge parts of my model. And again, we learned it, as we started growing, right? So then I decided, I said, listen, I have to find a good operator.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I'm gonna have a good operator in Miami, I can focus on the marketing. Because I knew at the end of the day, marketing is gonna sell. And that was my proof of concept. Because in North Miami Beach, I'm in some middle of nowhere in North Miami Beach.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, if it works here, it's gonna work everywhere. And how's it gonna work there? Marketing.
Oh, wait, that's true. Because North Miami Beach, even though it's Miami and so many Jews go to Miami,
Nobody's coming there.
Right. North Miami Beach is
Nobody's
not.
coming there at night. At
Yeah.
night, people are scared to come there, man. We had people walk into our things, you know, act retarded. We're
not
middle of
the
the
safest
hood. We're
area.
middle of the hood, which
So
it's
North
not the
Miami Beach
safest area.
is the hood. Is it? Oh, I
Some
didn't know
areas,
that.
some areas.
Some parts of it.
Interesting.
Yes.
But then again, thank God we're there for 3 years already.
Mhm.
You know, with Bravo 3 years, Smash a little over 2 years.
Okay.
Thank God we had no issues whatsoever
Thank
ever.
God.
You understand? We're also
Mhm.
next to Walmart, so there's always police presence around. You know what I mean? But the point of me saying is that I said, okay, this is my proof of concept. I'm
Okay.
not on Central Avenue. I'm not on Main Street in Queens.
What is a proof of concept?
You're making money.
Okay.
Not after 6 months.
So it's like
If you didn't make money-
start a business and
You're making money after the first month.
okay, got it. Now
Making
you know
money
it's
means
successful.
that you're paying yourself back already, the money you
Okay.
invested. That's
We're not talking
profit.
about covering your investment. You're talking about
Actually
covering your
making
operating
some sort
costs
of
and making
profit.
some money at the end of the month,
Yeah.
or paying some of it back.
Yeah,
Right.
No, for those that don't know.
correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So you open up in North Miami Beach. What's your next location and how do you get there?
So we opened in North Miami Beach, and then I said, okay, so we got to go through marketing now,
Mhm.
right? So we started with somebody, didn't work out, and people have been calling me names. Oh, you got no heart, you got no this, you're a piece of junk. The way I said, listen, I need a real marketer. You know, all these from guys, you guys are not. I'm sorry, you're not real marketers.
Right.
You don't understand, and you don't understand what the real marketing strategy is. What's my strategy? How am I bringing your parents with
Well,
the
because
kids?
this is just something so different. This is not typical at all.
Correct.
Okay.
I'm not selling you a steak. I'm not selling you a thing. I'm trying to tell you as a parent, hey, your kid's gonna be happy here by me,
Okay.
right? So look at my kids' meals, as for example. The prizes
Right.
we give, it's not tchotchke little prizes. We actually invest in them. We give good prizes, and sometimes we give 3. We give golden tickets. We give Sephora products. We give new cards, basketball cards, all slabbed, not
Okay.
junk left over from the pack that I opened. You understand
Right.
why? Because it gets the kid excited. Yeah, yesterday a kid came. Oh, I came to celebrate my birthday in Smash. And guess what?
that's very
if you have a birthday in Smash, you come to Smash on your birthday, you get either free swag, free sweatshirt, free cap,
Oh, that's so
free
cool.
football gloves, free because that's what it is.
Mhm.
It's very okay. So your marketing people somehow came up with this whole.
They
hip-
did. So
hip
I'm
vibe.
telling you. So I went through all these things, right? And then I realized, I said, wait, I have. So the first thing we have to do is change the logo because the logo was a little bit heavy,
Okay.
right? So that's how. So I gave it to one of my close friends in Israel. I realized he's a graphic designer, and he graphic designs for the Likud and Maccabi Tel Aviv and everybody else. I said, Yossi, do me a favor.
Mm-hmm.
This is the name for the kids. Make something happy. And boom, this is what popped out. It popped out his the dinosaur with this. I'm like, dude.
Okay.
Oh,
He
so
hit
that's
something.
where the little
It is.
character
It
started.
is. Yeah.
That, and I said, you know what? Every location is gonna
And the
have a character.
graffiti. What inspired the graffiti vibe?
Winwood. I spent a lot of time in
Oh,
Florida,
okay.
a lot of times in Winwood, and I'm like, nothing kosher has it. So I realized, you know what? As we're getting right, the 80s, 90s times is coming back again, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
let's make it more of like, like a vibe, hang out, nice little chill out place, and let's not be expensive also. You understand?
Okay.
Be good price point also. And that was the whole thing. And we built it slowly. I burned through about $15,000 before I find the right marketing team.
Oh wow.
I built the website for $5,000 and I took it down.
Wow.
Because it's not about, so my operator's like, Benji, why taking it down? You spent $5,000. I said, Yitzi. So I spent $5,000, so now I'm going to stop everything and say, this is what we have? No.
Right.
This
Okay.
to me, I mean, this is fascinating because as Fleisch's magazine, we're dealing with marketing companies and marketing all the time. A lot of companies in the food industry and in general don't really realize how important marketing
It's
is.
the most important part.
So I see, like, to you, after all these years in the industry, you really gained that perspective.
Kosher restaurants don't
that
realize that.
marketing is the most important
The
part of your
young,
business.
look,
Okay.
the 17, 16-year-old, my daughter's age, right?
Mhm.
They don't look at print media anymore. Doesn't exist for them.
Right.
What's print media? They're
it's
on
Fleisch's
social
magazine.
all day, right? So I started doing all these skits. You know what I mean?
I do. I know what you mean.
You start doing skit, so you
wanna-
start doing skits on social media. Listen, but we started doing this slowly by slowly till we found the right marketing company. You know what? But we spent over $100,000 a year as a marketing.
Got it.
That's
Before the
fascinating.
prize
People don't realize
giveaways.
what goes into marketing.
Before the prize giveaways, and then I do print media. I have the Jewish Home for a year. We took the center page. I told Shlomo, this is what I need from you. You tell me what you need. I didn't negotiate with him
Right.
because that's what's bringing customers at the end of the day.
But it is interesting, even the marketing you've done. So you're saying that your teens, you have special campaigns for the teens and the younger generation.
Correct.
Then you have the next age group, if you want to call it. That's where I guess your focus is on. You said like the Jewish home and flakes, all these other opportunities.
Of course. We want the from community. Also with Ashgacha, right? My lettuce is positive. We're Yashan. You understand? I try to have all the churmas because your money's as good as the not
Right,
from guys'
100%.
money.
How many locations do you have today?
So we have 6 full-time, and then the 7th one is in the summer in upstate.
Oh, okay, very cool. Where are the locations?
So we started in North Miami, then we went to Boca,
Okay,
then we went to Queens,
got it.
then we went to 47th Street in the city.
Oh,
That's a ghost kitchen.
oh, okay.
There's just deliveries and takeout.
Do people know about it?
Yeah, but people order online from there.
That's cool.
It's another concept that I'm trying as we speak.
Oh, interesting.
The ghost kitchen.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
When did that start?
almost
recent.
a year.
Oh, yeah?
Okay, so the idea of a ghost kitchen is that you're in a commissary in a small kitchen.
I'm in an
and-
office.
In an office, okay. And is this in the Diamond District?
Yeah.
The Family Connections?
Yeah.
Okay.
interesting.
And then you're just sort
Well, you
of,
just said 47th Street.
you don't have the expense of having like a brick and mortar store and staff,
It's a lot cheaper. No, staff we have.
but not the same. Or do you? It's the
It's
same amount of staff.
basically, it's smaller than this room.
Understood. Okay. That's
Are you
super
the only
cool.
ones cooking there?
Yeah.
Because there are other ghost kitchen models where they're cooking a few different.
We were approached by Cloud Kitchens,
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
which is a ghost kitchen model through Uber.
This week's episode is brought to you by Good Week. Their new shakshuka sauce comes in 3 flavors: regular, mild, and spicy. It's a great one ingredient to make shakshuka or any other recipes. Anything you could think of to use
I think it would
for?
be amazing for chili. It's chili season. It's getting, nice and cold and you want
That's really
something
good.
comforting. I did the shakshuka sauce with a pinch of cinnamon and cumin just to enhance and
give
bring
those
that
earthy
chili
flavors.
flavor, because cinnamon is a lot of times that secret ingredient and it's all there ready for you. Another fun version is to do like crema, like Moroccan fish.
Oh, just take that.
You take it.
Chickpeas? Oh, no,
chickpeas. Of course, chickpeas.
So
and
like a
you
nice
just let it
white
braise.
fish or salmon.
Yeah, whitefish, salmon.
But basically, you have your base. You have your sauce.
Exactly. So you
ready
don't have
to go.
And you could always, zhuzh up a sauce if you want. You can add some fresh garlic into it, a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil, and that just makes it feel homemade. A little bit of maybe turmeric to add some color. But you could rely on the flavor and the quality because Good Week is very dedicated to good for you sauces and convenient items.
Amazing. So check out the Good Week shakshuka sauce and enjoy.
This week's episode is brought to you by Eden Organic. They are a brand that we very much respect for their reliable, consistent, trustworthy nature. They put a lot of thought and care into the quality of their ingredients. We love their apple cider vinegar. It's really cool. It actually speaks to the brand as a whole because the apple cider is fermented, it's unpasteurized, it's made with like a mother. And at the same time,
bottle.
yeah, it actually says it raw and pasteurized with mother.
No, but as I put the bottle down,
Oh yeah, you see the cloudiness that tells you.
the mother is in there.
Exactly. And something else very cool, if you notice, is that it says it's amber glass protected. And here it says amber glass best protects its phytonutrients and mellow taste. And so when a brand takes the extra effort to make sure that the packaging is going to maintain the quality and health factor of what they're giving you, you know that this is a brand that means business. And Eden Organic definitely does. Their entire line of products, even they have, I noticed the chickpeas that we have has it doesn't have added salt, but they put kombu in it for that natural seawater flavor. And a little bit. It's a very like these nuanced things that you see brands do that you can rely on. It's organic, it's reliable, and we're really glad that they're sponsoring this episode. Okay, so you have North Miami Beach, Boca, Queens, 47th Street, Upstate, which is seasonal. You have 5 towns.
5 towns and 37th Street open last.
37th Street is
In the
actually
city, it's
a
a sit down.
proper-
37th and 6. Yeah, it's a
37th and
midtown,
6,
right.
like in the
Right.
where there's also a kosher pizza shop there.
There are Patisse's across the street from us.
Oh, okay, very cool. It's like really in a great location.
Correct.
Okay, awesome. Wow. So when did that open?
2 months ago,
Oh, okay.
right after 5 towns.
Very, very cool. And there's seating there as well?
Yeah,
Or
there's
it's
about
more-
19 seats.
19 seats.
Yeah,
Okay.
How do you juggle? Like you
Wow.
mentioned that
You mentioned your
shkochas.
hands. Wait, you mentioned your hands on.
correct.
How are you hands
So
on?
I'll give you an example.
in
I was
7 locations?
was with my wife and kids in Miami for first Chag HaSukkos, the first part. You can ask them where I was the whole day.
Okay.
I spend the morning with them, 11 o'clock,
Why is
12
that
o'clock.
Chalamoyed, you say?
Yeah, or Cholamod and before Sukkot.
Yeah, being married.
Oh, you're running to the two.
Yeah, I was in Miami,
Farm
Boca, Miami,
locations.
Boca, Miami, Boca, Miami,
Wow.
Boca. You know, because the chicken, I heard a complaint from somebody about the chicken. I said, boom, I gotta go check it out.
It's so fascinating. I think being married to a restaurateur or a chef is like being married to like the most in-demand surgeon that in the world. You know what I'm saying?
There
I
is
mean,
something
Bart,
to- yes,
look,
yes.
I have a lot of free time now. Thank God. I mean, I have my.
Oh, do you now?
Because most of
Once he sets it up, they
this,
run.
it.
He
this
has to
business, you need to give it 1 year full time,
Okay.
and then you're able to step away from it and
Step-
come in
but
once a
when you
day.
say step away, you're still coming and checking
You're coming
on
in,
them.
yeah, no, but again, step away means you once a day you're showing up to your business.
Okay.
I'm trying to create a model like Chick-fil-A does that the owner doesn't have to be the operator.
Okay. That's very cool.
Correct. But you have to be like the operator. That means if the operator quits on you, you're stepping into his feet right
Okay.
away.
That means you're not like a lot
Right.
of restaurants end up being almost, like attached to the chef or the person who's in the restaurant.
Correct.
And then your whole business relies on one person
Yeah.
who, if they're sick or have a bad week, you're done.
That's literally one of the reasons that investors stay away from restaurants, because if their manager or operator disappears, the whole thing can fall apart. They
Correct.
can't step in. They're the
Right.
money behind it.
Correct. I've been throwing money at me all the time. I said, no, thank you. I'll do this myself.
Right.
That's why it's a little harder
How
for
do
me
you
to
juggle the hashkochas in different places? Because that's fascinating. Each
follow
one
the
has-
rules.
Obviously, you're following the rules, but each one has different complications.
We
different
had Babat upstate with the OU Glatt. We just follow the rules.
Mm-hmm.
I negotiate with them.
Very. Oh, you do. Okay.
Oh, of course, because they have a lot of things that are not like don't make sense, and I tell them, this is not what Hashem wants from us.
Okay.
But again, that's the good thing about Babat. He will
Okay.
have a give and take with you.
Right. And you, in your past life, were a
Super Haredi, yes,
yeah, but also like a very well learned
correct,
bacher,
Correct.
steiging in the system.
correct.
You're an Ilui.
So you know
That's what
how
they said,
to.
yeah.
Oh,
so
and
you know the right points to bring up. What's an example of something that didn't make sense? Do you want to share, or it's too?
Ooh, you want to really drop a thing
Yeah,
right now?
yeah,
And
why
cause,
Don't get anyone in trouble, though.
No, it's just something that.
they didn't want to use a certain supplier because he's Chabad,
Okay.
Oh, well.
and I didn't like that.
Oh, that's
Okay.
And I said, no, my friend, because we were raised in Litvish yeshivas to hate Chabad.
Right.
And then when I got away from the yeshiva world, I'm like, wait, but Chabad is all over the world. Where are the ones telling us to stay away from them?
Right. Right. Exactly.
We grew up really Litvish.
I was
Okay,
expecting like a
understood.
halachic problem, a hashgacha problem, but okay, I hear
This
that.
is, this is what some.
It is
Or I'll
this
give you
is-
an example, like, they get a little too, the Yashan. I'm like, guys.
Yeah. Right.
So do you have some locations that are Yashan, or they all are?
Yeah, Miami and Boca is not Yashan.
Miami and Boca, what? Are the people they're just not as into it? The hashgacha's not that into it?
The people are not so into it.
Interesting. So it's a different demographic.
So in Queens, I also have I have the most chumras.
Mm-hmm.
So my meat is a certain type of BCA for the
Why
Sfardim, a
is
certain
that?
type of what?
Why is Queens the most?
Because my brother-in-law there is also super frum. He's like a big Rav there, and he wants it for his first kill. And why wouldn't I do it?
Right.
But who would have thought? It's interesting that Queens is the one.
Yeah,
How much more expensive is it
and
to
another
run a
thing,
kosher
we
franchise?
never
Or-
market that we're kosher.
Okay.
We just happen to be.
Okay. And do you find that you have a mixed crowd in different locations?
So Miami's 40% non-kosher now.
Really?
wow.
Yeah, Miami's
Is
my
it
highest
Uber?
non-kosher.
Like, is it a lot of delivery
Miami's
or people coming
70%.
in?
Miami's 70% Uber also.
Okay.
Do
It's
they
a lot of
realize when they
people
order?
scrolling. They don't realize.
So I have a rule to my franchisees: that whoever wants to keep it, keep
Okay.
it. We do it in Queens and we do it in the 5 towns. A non-Jew walks in, automatically he gets something for free on top of his meal.
Okay.
Why? A, he's already paying more.
Okay.
Okay. B, he's gonna be like, yo, what? I just got free dirty fries?
Right.
Yo, bro, it's game
No,
over.
everything tastes better when it's free.
It's
also.
game over. You're not walking to McDonald's and getting free.
Right. Right.
I'm
But
sorry.
when they're ordering, do they realize that they're getting power of cheese?
So, very good question. So someone tells me, how do you explain culture to them that they're paying so much more than McDonald's? I tell them we're not McDonald's. I said, it's like you're going
Right.
on a plane. You fly first class, you fly coach. They both get to the same location at the same
Mm-hmm.
time. But why are you paying for business?
Right. I mean, I think even
That's why
in
you're paying me
the
the
franchises
$8.
you mentioned, Shake Shack, it's not McDonald's either. There are levels within
course.
fast food today. I think fast casual is a new concept all over the place, where it's not McDonald's level, but it's not high end. I think Smash House falls into that category.
Correct. We're fast casual.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong. My workers know, because I pass by that kitchen every day. On a Sunday afternoon, I'm in the kitchen on the fryers. They know something doesn't look good and that thing gets out to the customer. I'm coming at you to complain.
Right.
You ever throw stuff out?
Oh,
Yeah. If they miss a step or something, you'll chuck it.
you can ask my workers.
Oh, we should get
Hundreds
them
of pounds. Hundreds of pounds.
It's so interesting.
I'll give you, throw some out. We opened Queens, right? I announced grand opening, we're open. I said, you know what? What an idiot. Why you announce grand opening? I told my guy, put the burger on. Put the burger on the fire, tasted it. I asked Dave, I said, Dave, shut the doors, tell people we sold out. What happened? Burgers don't taste too good. He's like, what are you talking about? That's 80 pounds of meat.
Wow.
I said, good. I sat him down. I said, Dave, let me ask you a question. You're looking at the now. The now is, oh my God, there's $600 here that I'm about to throw to the garbage. So you're going to have 5,000, 6,000 in sales. But this guy is walking with an expectation. Smash House, I heard A, B, C, D. And you're going to give him this junk?
What was wrong?
It wasn't exactly there. We threw that whole thing out and we opened the next day.
Wow. It's
If
about
people would
seeing
only
the
know.
bigger picture, though,
Yeah.
and not getting stuck in that.
I'm running a marathon, not running a race.
Wow, that is
We love this. We live this
fascinating.
all the time. So
Yeah,
we hear
yeah.
these stories and it just fascinates us. But for regular people to understand, you know, a lot of times people will go to social media and complain or even praise, but they don't really realize what goes on behind the scenes. It's fascinating.
Yeah.
So
You were asking about the kosher franchise being as opposed to a regular franchise.
Yeah.
What were you
it's a
gonna
lot
say?
harder.
What are the challenges in doing a kosher franchise?
Okay, so we have
Cost. I'm
what?
assuming cost is a big part of it.
No,
Okay.
listen, I don't charge you franchise fee also.
No, not that, but I'm saying in general,
I
everything.
don't
is
need
more
I don't need your
expensive.
35 grand friend. Sorry, I don't need your franchise fee.
Mm-hmm.
Put that money in marketing for yourself.
Okay.
You understand? 30 grand you want to give me? Go to my marketing company, tell them to do you a campaign for grand opening like we did in the 5 towns.
Mm-hmm.
You understand we had 7,000 entries in the 5 towns?
Wow. Entries in your giveaway.
Yeah.
That is a lot.
Yeah.
But-
7,000 different individual
Emails.
entries. Very
I'll
cool.
okay,
Very
again,
cool.
also, and now I'm collecting your data.
100%.
You understand?
It's 2024. It's all
Yes,
about
data.
I'm collecting your data now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now,
Okay.
On the menu, what's the cheapest item?
my single smash with cheese for $7.
Uh-huh. Single. And what's the most expensive?
It's not the dirty fries, is it?
No. It's the I
Philly
think it's
cheese?
the Philly cheese sandwich.
Okay. That's
So
a hearty
you know
sandwich.
my menu better than me.
No,
What?
there is something that's going to be a little bit more.
It's
Coming this week, no?
What?
The Moss Burger.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a new item?
Yeah, with bacon.
That's very cool.
Again, it's
Are you
another
looking
thing.
to expand your menu or you're going to keep
We're
it?
always okay. So we're gonna have
Okay.
our main menu.
Okay, you have your main
Right.
menu.
And then-
Starts at $7.
So every 6 months, I sit down and I analyze what sells, what doesn't sell. You know, what's a waste, what's not a waste, and then we try to push that out and push a newer item in.
Are there different locations have different things that are popular? Like, do you see different things in New York that people love versus Miami?
You know what's funny? My chicken outsells my burgers right now.
Oh, really? The chicken is so crunchy.
here.
and yum. Oh, here in the 5 towns.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's special about your chicken? Is it
you got
the
it?
recipe, the technique?
Crunchy.
No, we know it's good. I'm saying like
It's very good. I think we have the best kosher chicken today in the fried chicken in the kosher game. I know. Oh, you gotta. I'm bragging about it because I'm telling you what the customers are telling
what
me.
items do you have? You have
It
the
stays crunchy. Like,
Correct.
you order it, and the thing with takeout a lot of times is that things steam in the box, and then you get
It's
it.
soggy.
It's a little soggy. It's not exactly. For some reason, when it comes, it's still crunchy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We worked on that for a month.
A month.
I changed my chicken recipe changed from last year to this year. It's 2 different chickens you're
Right.
eating right now.
So you're not
And people
the
don't even
cook
realize
or
that.
the chef. You're the sort of CEO, business manager, you could say, of the restaurant. Do you have people that you rely on for the culinary aspect of it?
Yeah.
How does it work?
So my friend Judd helps me a lot with this.
Okay.
And then my operator Yitzi in Miami also helped me in the beginning with this.
Okay,
and
cool.
As a thank you to him, I gave him my Miami location to him.
Oh, okay, very cool. I like the idea of knowing where your strengths are and then understanding, like we were talking before, to run a successful restaurant, you don't need to be the cook, the chef.
No.
You're not at all. Okay.
I'm
that's
I think
very
any
cool.
successful business, you'd be able to delegate and know your strong points.
Yeah.
Listen, at the end of the day, right? You look at it like a military, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have the head, and then every unit has its own chief, right? Whatever it is, the own general, right? So I know in the operations, I run the show.
Okay.
You understand?
By the way, that would be a fun new name for CEO. General of.
That's what I'm saying. Like
you're the general of
the
Smash.
problem is the CEO thinks,
Chief
okay,
is
I gotta do everything. I gotta know everything.
Right.
No, you don't.
Right. Actually, knowing that you don't have to know everything.
You hire
is
the
in and
right
of
people.
itself-
You hire the right people. You take care of
Yeah.
them. We're supposed to take care of them, and
Mhm.
you know, and then you guys sit together and do stuff together. Like
Yeah.
there were recipes that are put on my table that I taste. I'm like, nah, maybe we should add this or this. You understand?
Yeah.
No disrespect. You know, we're trying to figure something out, and I would never put it out to a customer until I have maybe 10, 15 people tasting it.
Right.
And one person tells me, we have to think about it again.
Right. 100%. What's the hardest part of running a restaurant in general? You've been in the restaurant industry since 2010. It's
Good
almost
employees.
14, 15 years. People, regular consumers don't really see the challenges and how hard it really is. What are the challenges of running a restaurant that you'd love people to know? Or do you even care what people? Like sometimes you want people to know. You're like, I really just want everyone to know that like.
Put it this way: if you're waiting a half hour for your food, we're not playing poker in the back.
Okay.
We're working.
Okay. Understood.
We're working. There's tickets there. Yeah, I just ordered a salad. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But the guy in the back, I don't have one guy just waiting for your salad, right? So in order to have a system, you have to have a system. I can't let people cut the line because then all the system gets messed up.
Right.
So we have a ticket system, right? So if you're a salad after 30 burgers, you're going to wait for 30 burgers.
Okay. Got it. You also mentioned employees.
Employees,
before.
yep.
Yeah. What about that is?
I mean, the younger generation today comes and they want to be a boss before they even put in the work.
Literally. By the way, I literally feel like a soft but like it's so true. We're like the younger generation, they don't get it. They don't want to do the hard work, a lot of them. It's tough.
So I have a no monkey business policy. I'll pay you top dollar.
Okay.
Like I have people making really good money by me, operators making really good money by me.
Mm-hmm.
But you're gonna start at the bottom like everybody else.
Okay. Yeah.
No disrespect to your. Sorry, or
You
anything.
got to know the business.
Oh, the register. That's the most important part of your business.
Mm-hmm.
Your cash register lady is your saleswoman. So if she's there giving attitude, why the hell would I want to come in tomorrow and buy from you?
100%. Right.
In this model.
Yeah.
It was a
That's your
sit-down
sales.
restaurant.
That's your sales rep.
Yeah. Any restaurant, 100%.
That's your sales
Yeah.
rep. You're giving attitude. You're out. I don't care how upset you are. You leave your problems at the door when you walk in.
Yeah.
How does it vary from state to state, from different places? Like you were talking about employment. I'm sorry, I wasn't clear.
So Miami's the hardest.
Miami's I was thinking
For
New York
employment is the hardest.
Why?
You talking about workers or operators? Two different things.
Oh, you tell
I
us.
think everyone talks about labor laws, and
No,
here in New York it's the hardest.
I think California.
Just pay your guys legally, man. My guys get overtime.
Okay, got it.
But look, this is what I learned also because when I was also like, this is the biggest mistake we make as restaurateurs. Okay, oh my God, my sales are down. I have to start cutting corners now. I have to save over here, send this guy home, and then you start cutting service. Then you start cutting this, you cutting that. And next thing you know, you're left with 25% of what sales you were making. What I realized is like, nah, man. When business starts getting slow, that's when you start. Okay, let me start going into my kitchen, making sure everything is working, everything is good, taste is good. Let me put out a new item. Let me try something new. Let me blow this thing up.
Mhm.
Let me stay
So you're
relevant.
always innovating.
Always.
Mhm.
Right?
It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot to run a
So
restaurant.
what do we do so we don't pay our operators right?
Mm-hmm.
My grill guy is my number one
Mm-hmm.
paying employee in the kitchen
Okay.
Why?
because he's my heartbie.
Right. Everything in in SmashHouse Startup is made at the grill.
So we have no open fire by us.
Okay.
Well, yeah, he handles the fryer also.
No
That's
way.
separate. You're doing a lot of frying.
Yeah, mostly frying.
How many people work in the kitchen in SmashHouse?
So depends which location.
Okay.
In the 5 towns we have, I think, 28 employees total.
Ooh,
That's insane.
that is a lot.
In
I thought there were like
Miami-
5.
No,
Okay.
we have 5 front of the house.
Wow. 28 employees to make this happen.
I
That's
listen,
a lot of salaries.
You want to make a lot of money, no?
No, but it is. But
It
people
all
don't
comes
realize
back
what
to the
person-
money.
We all wanna make a lot of
I
money,
know,
right?
100%. Yes, that's why we're putting in all this effort.
And this is when I met my marketing company, and these fancy guys sitting in on 23rd. What's it called over there? On the 23rd, Union Square. What's it? That square
The
over
city,
there. Yeah,
okay.
everybody, all the hot, all these village guys. Yeah. Like, hey mate, let me ask you something. Why should I come to you?
Mm-hmm.
I have 100 burger spots here. Why am I coming to you?
Yeah.
And that's what's out in my head. I say, you know, why are you going to come to me? Because I'm going to give you stuff that you never got anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Now people are like, oh yeah, it's easy to say. No, this is profits. Instead of me taking it home, I'm investing it back in my business, right? We give away when we opened in the 5 towns, $25,000 worth of prizes.
Mm-hmm.
That was crazy.
Now we're giving away
that's part of a
$1,000.
marketing
Now,
campaign.
yeah, now I'm giving away $1,000 a week every Monday in the 5 towns for the next 8 weeks. It's another $8,000 that I'm paying.
Okay. That's really interesting.
So what do you
market-
respond to the consumers that say, we don't need your giveaways, give us cheaper prices? That's a very common thing you hear. Don't give tzedakah, give us cheaper prices.
How much cheaper can I go than I am right now?
Right. I mean, I would also say that, like,
I have no problem giving you cheaper prices. Then let me cut my staff in half. Then you're just gonna
Then you
wait.
have to wait.
You wait it out.
It's a give and take. Everything is balanced.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I think I'm very, very well fair priced.
yeah.
So what's coming in the future? What could you share?
Yeah. Any future locations? How many are in the works? What do you see for 2025?
There's a lot of places that want it. The question is,
Yeah.
who's serious, I think.
I mean, look. In the end of the day, I'm very picky who I'm gonna let operate right now.
Okay.
So, I mean, I have somebody for Great Neck, T-Neck that wants right now, Muncie that wants right now. We told all
Lakewood?
three of them. Lakewood, yeah, but I have to go scope Lakewood out because it's different than
What
here.
about Brooklyn?
Yeah,
Flatbush,
Lakewood is
Brooklyn is
multiple
coming up.
bookings.
Brooklyn's next.
It
Brooklyn
is.
is.
I mean, it's a kind of place you would expect.
We're in
to
serious
see.
talks with somebody in Brooklyn.
Okay.
But you could
So
see
look
it's a
out for
model
that
that would
location.
work in every
Yeah.
area with
Yeah.
the
It's
concentration
really,
of
really
consumers.
cool. Okay. We're excited to see where this goes. Thank you so much for
One
joining
second.
us.
Can we make one request on air?
Yes.
Can we get Philly cheesesteak fries?
Again, you brought this
That's
up. So
so
yesterday
funny.
you asked for it,
That
right?
is
So what's
so
my
funny.
first question?
That's like my
On a
personal
right. So on a
craving.
Sunday afternoon, how am I getting the Philly cheese from the from the grill station all the way to my frying station?
So it's about the
It's
logistics.
a logistical
Correct.
problem.
Interesting.
And I'm not gonna have
Because
that
you're all
meat
about
sitting.
efficiency.
I'm not gonna have that meat sitting waiting for you.
Oh,
It's
interesting.
gonna be
Everything's
chewy
cooked
as
fresh.
hell.
Wait, so you have to make the meat fresh, get the cheese, and then move it along the kitchen in a way that's efficient. And right now,
So
that's
because
hard
your
to
cheese on
manage.
the other side.
So
you
look,
want-
the kitchen's a straight line.
Wow.
The kitchen's a
Okay.
straight line, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Like a galley.
So at the end of the kitchen is the fryer, not the fryer. I'm sorry, the grill guy,
Okay.
right, with his flat top, and then you have fryers,
Mhm.
right? So and then you have where the guy packs. So now what happens is that so you put the fryers with the fryers
Mhm.
over here. He's like, hey, I need the Philly cheese for the fries. He's like, yeah, okay, it's on the fire. So now the Philly cheese takes about
That's probably
3-4
your
minutes to
longest
cook.
cooking
Yeah.
item. Yeah.
That's why if you see on a Sunday, if I'm too busy, I'll shut that off too.
Okay.
You understand? And then now, okay, so let's say he got the Philly cheese. Now he has to pass it from there to here.
Got it.
It ruins the flow.
I don't want it passing through too many hands. That's number one. I don't want too
Okay.
many people touching, like stuff like that.
You know what I think we're gonna have to do?
What?
We'll order Philly cheesesteak, no bread, and then fries, and then we'll make it ourselves.
No, I can make it for you when you're not
Oh, if we
busy.
come-
I
If
know,
the
I
client's not
understand.
busy, he'll-
It's not a sustainable item to add to your menu. Understood. At this point,
Like, look, I'll give you an example.
it's so
right?
fascinating.
You-
Like to
you
hear
have
the
the
inner
UFO
workings of the
burgers that
logistics.
everybody's talking about.
What's
The UFO burger.
burgers.
It's like in a panini, it like closes it in the
Right.
bread. It looks like a UFO.
I saw that about 8 months ago, and I sent it to Dave.
I saw it. Okay.
And Dave was like, "Why don't we try it?" I said, "I'd love to try it. The problem is, what do we do when it's busy?
Right.
What's the issue?
Is it?
Press?
Is it?
Everything.
One
I'm
second,
saying,
is-
what's different about it?
It's stuffed.
It
in
doesn't
your
cook
own
the burger
dough?
for you.
It's stuffed in the dough.
It's not cooking the burger for you.
Or it's like in between the sandwiches, you're panining the burger.
Basically, it's a round thing,
Okay.
and it like seals the bun. So it's like a UFO.
But
Oh, it's a
just
separate
the end-
wrapper.
No,
It
it's
goes
the burger.
So
Instead of the
George
burger being
Foreman
like
in that
this,
shape.
Okay.
It's a
it
panini
closes the
press.
burger, and then you take it out, and it's like a little UFO. Like,
And it's sealed.
yeah,
Okay.
It looks
With
more-
the bun.
yeah.
But wait,
Okay,
so
wow,
you're
interesting.
taking, you'd be cooking a burger the way you do any of your burgers, and then just the final step to panini it and seal it.
Yeah, that's not gonna smash it for me,
That's all it
Okay.
is.
Understood.
but that takes time.
Right. So you have to factor that in because at the end of the day,
It's a cool
you
item.
said your brand ethos is bringing happiness. What was it again? Remind us.
I'm selling happiness
You're selling happiness. You can't sell happiness
in
if
the
people are
in
waiting
the form
for
of
it.
food.
Wait.
In the form of food. But waiting is part of. You don't want people to wait. So that's interesting. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Sharing your words
Guys,
of
if
wisdom.
you have a birthday,
Oh, let's hear this.
come
Okay.
celebrate it in Smash because you're going to get something for free on us. So,
Say Glatt. That would be interesting,
What?
actually. How many people will listen
yeah,
to this?
say Glatt. You
And
know what?
this actually is an impromptu thing. It's not something we planned, but that would be funny to see, like, if people.
Mention Glatt and you'll get some kind
And
of
one
free
word of
gift.
advice
Yes.
to restaurateurs:
Yes.
market and care about your business and market it and market it and market it and don't stop marketing it because the
That
last thing you
is-
want is to be a neighbor. Oh yeah, it's a neighborhood restaurant. Yeah, that means you're like everybody else. So
Right.
I'm a big believer in marketing, and you have to find the right marketing team that's going to work with you.
Yeah.
And
You have
the
to
right
also know your
marketing guys.
audience. It's complex, but yeah,
Every business is complex.
that's true.
Fascinating.
That's
This is
true.
really interesting. I'm glad
Yes,
made
we
this happen.
really enjoyed the conversation, your
Thank you for
words of
having me.
wisdom, and we look forward to your new locations.
Thank you.
And thank you
Yes.
for schlepping all the way down the road. Really appreciate it.
We're literally across the street, but it was great.
Thank
Thank
you
you
guys.
so much.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah.
That was incredible. I really
Yeah.
enjoyed.
Thank you for joining us as well. For more information on the podcast, visit Kosherdotcom and search for Glatt.
Glatt.
And you could follow us on Instagram at FleishixMag, is it?
Fleishix Mag. And subscribe to the magazine, www.fleishix.com.
Yes.
It's kosher, it's Glatt. You're listening to Glatt. Glatt. It's all Glatt.